Title: The Prophecy Beneath 800 Feet. Do you believe a book can murder 1,500 people? Not with poison, not with a blade, but with ink printed 14 years before the crime. Tonight, I'm going to read you that book, page by page, exactly as it was written in 1898 by a half-blind ex-sailor named Morgan Robertson. The title he chose was Futility, or The Wreck of the Titan. Listen carefully, because every word I speak tonight already happened once, and some say it is still waiting to happen again. In the winter of 1898, Morgan Robertson woke screaming in a cold water flat in New York. His fingers were black with ink. 14 pages lay on the table, freshly written in a handwriting he swore was not his own. He had no memory of writing them. On those pages was a ship, the largest ship ever dreamed. 800 feet long, 3 propellers, 19 watertight compartments, advertised in every newspaper as Unsinkable. Her name, Titan. In April, under a moonless sky, she races at 25 knots through ice-infested waters of the North Atlantic because her captain wants to arrive ahead of schedule. At 11:40 p.m., she strikes an iceberg on the starboard side. 6 compartments flood. There are only enough lifeboats for half the souls on board. By 2:20 a.m., the Titan vanishes beneath the waves, taking over 1,500 men, women, and children with her. Robertson tried to burn the pages. The flames refused to touch them. A voice, he later wrote in his private journal, whispered, "If you silence this story, no one will ever know why they had to die." So, he published it. And the world laughed. A good yarn. Nothing more. 14 years later, April 10th, 1912. Southampton docks. The greatest ship in history steams proudly into the harbor. Her length, 880 feet. 3 propellers. 16 watertight compartments. Advertised in every newspaper as, practically, unsinkable. Her name, Titanic. Among the first-class passengers boarding that day is a quiet man with tired eyes and a locked leather case he never lets out of his sight. His ticket reads simply, M. Robertson, author. He has come, he tells a steward, to see whether the book was right. Night of April 14th, 1912. 11:39 p.m. In the first-class smoking room, Morgan Robertson sits alone. On the table in front of him lies the 1898 first edition of Futility, open to page 87. He stares at his pocket watch. 60 seconds to go. Up in the crow's nest, Lookout Frederick Fleet strains his eyes into the black. No binoculars. The key to the locker vanished the day the ship left Southampton. No one knows where it went. 11:40 p.m. Iceberg, right ahead. The collision is almost gentle. A low grinding, like the ship is brushing against something alive. Then silence. Robertson closes the book. He does not flinch when the deck tilts. He has read this chapter before. 12:15 a.m. The lifeboats swing out. 20 boats. For 178. Souls on board. 2,208. Officers shout the order. Women and children first. In practice it becomes first-class women and children first. Third-class gates are locked. Just as the book described. Robertson walks the tilting boat deck. He watches a young Irish mother clutch her baby, while a crewman tears the child from her arms because her ticket is steerage. He hears a millionaire's wife refuse to board a lifeboat unless her Great Dane is allowed in first. He has seen it all, in print, 14 years earlier. 1:55 a.m. The band plays Nearer, My God, to Thee. The bow is underwater. The stern begins to rise. Robertson descends to the flooded first-class library. Water laps at his knees. He unlocks the leather case. Inside, wrapped in blood-red silk, is the original 1898 manuscript, the 14 pages he never remembered writing. He places it on the reading table, weighs the corners with crystal paperweights, and sits in the leather armchair as if waiting for a late guest. 2:17 a.m. Lights flicker. The ship screams, steel tearing like paper. The stern stands vertical. Then the plunge. 2:20 a.m. And Titanic is gone. Morning of April 15. The rescue ship Carpathia steams through the wreckage. 706 survivors. No body of Morgan Robertson is ever recovered. But something else is found. Years later, when the wreck is finally discovered 12,500 feet below. In the first-class library, one book lies open on a table, perfectly preserved. Page 87. The ink has not run. The description of the sinking ends with a single new line, handwritten in black, that has never faded. The author has taken his seat. The story is now complete. Close the book carefully, reader. Some doors, once opened, never shut again. End. Tonight, somewhere in the world, a copy of the 1898 first edition sits on a shelf. Its leather is cold to the touch. If you open it at midnight and read page 87 aloud, they say the temperature in the room drops exactly 4 degrees, the freezing temperature of the North Atlantic that night. And if you listen very, very carefully, beneath the silence of your own heartbeat, you can still hear a faint scratching, the sound of a pen writing the next chapter that has not happened yet. So whatever you do not say the name of the ship out loud. Do not read the final page, because somewhere, in the dark, 12,000 feet beneath the waves, Morgan Robertson is still sitting in that leather chair, waiting for the next reader brave enough to finish what he started. And the sea never forgets a story it has already told.